Now it's time for social media boards, and we have Mercy Emmanuel right here in the studio with us. Mercy, good morning.
Good morning, Margaret.
How are you
doing?
morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah. So what's happening in social media?
Let's just go straight to the stories. We don't have time. Good morning, and here are some of the stories trending across the globe. Federal government declares disconnecting customers' electricity supply without 10-day notice illegal. Ondo State Governor Rotimi Akeredolu ordered dismissal of civil servants collecting double salaries. And in Senegal, opposition calls for the suspension of the publication of legislative election results. China deploys ships and Scrabble jets for live fire exercise around Taiwan, hours after House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and a delegation left the island. So before we move to the story, I would like us to talk about Ondo State. Akeredolu already ordered the dismissal of civil servants that are on double salary. I don't know if you are aware that some persons in this country will be in Lagos, but will be collecting salary from their local government. And I think we had a similar situation with Kogi State when Governor Yaya Bello came in as governor of Kogi State. The first thing he did was to flush out some ghost workers in the state. I don't know if you have anything to say about this Ondo State governor.
Well, it's the right thing to do. Why would people collect double salaries when the salaries are not even enough for the actual workers and we have ghost workers? That's greed in itself, and greed is something that's wrong.
And we even have cases of unemployment in the country. So how will one person be collecting salary from 2-3 places when some persons are even struggling to get one? So since you have something to say.
That's the right thing to do.
Okay, so let's move to the story of the day. President Muhammadu Buhari on Wednesday came under heavy criticism over the approval of 1.1 billion naira for the purchase and supply of 10 Toyota Land Cruiser vehicles to Niger Republic. The revelation was made by an investigative journalist, David Odei, who tweeted that he obtained a document from the budget office in Nigeria, which showed that the president made approval the purchase of the vehicles to the neighboring country. Defending the purchase of the vehicles, the federal government said that the move was to enable the country to safeguard its territory in the best interest of Nigeria's security. However, Nigerians have been criticizing the federal government for disbursing funds to purchase the vehicles for another country amid the pressing needs, including the ongoing ASU strike and the harsh economy reality in the country. So, Samson, at this point, I would like to ask, is the federal government actually sensitive to the plight of Nigerians?
No. No, it's straightforward.
Because that money will have solved a lot of problems.
It would, yes. 1.1 billion naira, is not much to even address ASU's demands, but can it address certain issues within the policy? Yes. Why not? I mean, you look at our education budget or our health budget, it's oftentimes within the 40-50 billion naira, region for the year. So if you have 1 billion or over a billion budgeted to another nation's security, then you understand where Nigerians are, aggrieved in terms of how that could have addressed one or two things. Now, here's the thing. When you say, I understand the place of bilateral relations, trying to improve and all of that, all of these things happen. We see US also play that big brother role and all. But when we have our own in-house issues and it's seemingly overwhelming our security operatives at this point in time, to spend 1.1 billion or over 1 billion on another nation's security apparatus is ridiculous. And then you now look at the vehicles that were allegedly purchased. Is that really meant for?
Except
if it's for the government officials.
Those are luxury vehicles.
Except if it's for the government officials. So it's quite insensitive and ridiculous that the government had to go through that part. Again, if you are saying you're contributing to Niger's security so that there's no spillover into the nation, quite understandable. But is that for luxurious cars?
I think at this point I would say charity begins at home.
Exactly.
What is the state of our own security apparatus? Margaret,
the thing is, I was coming to what even Samson said, the last point he raised. Those vehicles I saw, or we saw, they are not security vehicles, and they are luxury vehicles categorically for the use of officials. Then, as a matter of fact, this has got nothing to do with the security apparatus of Niger Republic. As a matter of fact, what the Minister of Budget and National Planning the defense she came up with, for me, that is totally senseless defense, actually, because we already have our security issues right here. It's not the first time we already have spillovers from this neighboring country because we already have porous borders. You focus on clearing on making your borders tighten up first. handle in-house, because Nigeria has a lot we need money for. Students are on strike, workers are not being paid their salaries, inflation, fuels, and you're approving, the figures are conflicting. 1.1 billion naira a year, 1.45 billion, 1.145 billion, and they have to take an investigative journalist for that story to break. What happened to accountability between the government and the people? All of those stories, they are just a jamboree.
I think there's a lot in the bucket, but again, the show to come out.
It is come out already.
So, but let's take some reactions. At Niger No Hype says, it's unfortunate that of all the intelligent mind in Nigeria, we ended up with a rubber stamp Minister of Finance. Then at Musa Sain say, I think this country or this administration has serious problem. Then at Wonderman says, meanwhile, ASU is still on strike. Buhari is simply letting everyone know is not a Nigerian. It's very, very clear. I don't have anything to say to that, but again, ASU is on strike. A lot of problem in the country at the moment, inflation, unemployment, and again, our president is doing Father Christmas. It is well. Let's move on. Nigerian entertainer Charles Oputa, popularly known as Charlie Boy, has hinted at a possible split from his wife, Dan. Oputa took to his Twitter page on Tuesday where he lamented his possible return to bachelorhood after over 45 years of marriage. My people, if I tell Una, say, after over 45 years of marriage to my wife, that I'm going back to bachelorhood, what will you say? He wrote in Pidgin. He added, I don't talk, say, this marriage of 18, just no easy. The longer you stay, the harder it gets. What should I do? I tire. He further stated that there is no beef between himself and Dan, but he was just tired of the marriage after 45 years.
But he didn't need to let us know that.
Maybe he's just trying to speak out, express himself. Sometimes when you're tired, you just need to talk.
Okay.
Maybe that will give you some relief.
Well, the thing is, maybe I'm talking from a personal point of view. Talking to social media, I don't think it's enough talk. You have family, friends, you can call and talk. You have people that both Diane and you respect and are accountable to. So talking to people who social media users actually do not even care about you. They don't care if you separate, or they don't care. Majority of social media users just want to catch cruise on social media. So we're talking on social media for something as important as marriage. 45 years. I'm not even up to 45 years.
I don't believe they have grandchildren.
Of course, they have grandchildren. That means they were married before I was even born, and you're coming to tell someone like me that is not even up to the age of 45 that you want to split your
life. What example is it laying?
Okay, now what should I even give him as an advice, really?
Okay, before I get Samson's reaction, let's take some tweets. At Mickey Mouse says, marriage is one of the hardest vocation in life, because it has to do with two different people from different backgrounds coming together as one. Please, togetherness is more blessed, and you are a mentor to many out there. Then at AGK says, area father, please sir, don't scatter this table. You are a role model in this marriage. Then at Sexa says, relax Baba, no be any matter when madam bring up, you follow, say something. A lot of people see Charlie Boy as a role model. So many youths, and at this point, they are just they're not happy with the fact that he wants to break his 45 years marriage. Something let's hear what
quickly. Two things. He's a controversial figure, so he could have just said that for publicity stunts. Just catch cross, possibly, and he could also be going through a lot in his marriage. Sometimes it's not about a matter of how long; it's a matter of how complicated or complex the issues are and how difficult they are to resolve. So let's just hope that if he's true to his concerns, he's able to resolve them. Really.
So as a wrap up, let's take this last story. Ekitiman expresses utmost joy as he lands in Canada. I want to believe you saw the video.
Yes, I did.
A trending video on social media reveals the moment a Nigerian man who hailed from Ekiti expressed his utmost joy as he left the country for Canada. The Ekiti man in the clip that surfaced online couldn't help but show his excitement following the latest developments in his life. And some Nigerians have been reacting to it because, of course, what is trending at the moment is Jackpot. That's the trend now. Everybody wants to leave the country because of what we are experiencing at the moment. Why some are telling him, welcome to Canada. Others are saying, why are we celebrating him traveling outside the country? Instead of us, we should pray and work out and fix our country. What do you have to say?
Well, the only thing I'll say is people can migrate from, time to time. You can't stop them from doing that. And if he gets, joy, or he derives joy from migrating, why not? Let him be. At the end of the day, he's not harming anyone. I think that's about it.
He was rolling on the floor and speaking his local dialect.
I think that's about it, really. Margaret, you want to help us with the quotes? For
yeah, of course. Well, that's all we can take on today's edition of iBrand Daybreak. Thank you so much. It's Thursday, tomorrow is Friday. Join us same time, same station. I'm Michael Jordan. Gave us a quote here that says, "You must expect great things of yourself before you can do them." It's simple. You can't do great things with yourself except you expect it. So there's no magic. Mercy, do you have any other things to add?
Straightforward. Just be positive. Believe it will happen, and it will.
All right.
As simple.
As simple as it is. Right, well, as simple as that sounds, it's really, really interesting and important. You take it into heart and work with it. Do have an amazing Thursday. I am Margaret Opara.
Have a blessed day. I'm Mercy Emmanuel.
Do have a wonderful day. I'm Samson Olede.